Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to build a framework for trading that pretty much flips conventional wisdom on its head. See, the real secret to consistent profits, it isn't some magic indicator. It's all about building your skill from the ground up. And that means starting with the one thing that truly matters most, your mind.
Okay, let's just pause on this for a second because this one idea, it's the key to everything. You can know 1,000 different trading setups, but if you can't actually do just one of them over and over again systematically, you're never going to be profitable. It's not about what you know, it's about what you can do when the pressure's on. So, section 1, the foundation. We are starting right here at the bottom of our pyramid because this is the part that derails almost every single trader. It has nothing to do with charts, it's all about the battlefield between your ears.
So, what is it? Is it a surprise market crash? A bad indicator you got online? Maybe your broker? Nope. The single biggest threat to your trading account is much, much closer to home.
That's right, it's you. Or, to be more specific, it's that primitive part of your brain that's wired for survival, not for navigating modern financial markets. It's the part of you that reacts with raw emotion instead of cold, hard logic. And in trading, well, that emotional reaction is absolutely lethal.
You ever wonder why smart people do really irrational things with their money? Well, it comes down to this, something called an amygdala hijack. And this is a real biological process. When fear or greed floods your system, your rational brain literally shuts down. And your trading plan, it goes right out the window. And it's not just about fear. Winning can be just as dangerous. It triggers this powerful dopamine rush that can make you feel invincible. Some traders even call it modo druga, which means drug mode. You start to believe you just can't lose. And that feeling right there, that's exactly when you take the kind of massive, stupid risk that blows up your entire account. This table just lays out the critical internal shift you have to make. I mean, look at the difference. Amateurs are trading because they want to be right. Pros, they're trading to make money. Amateurs see a loss as a personal failure. A pro just sees it as a cost of doing business, like rent. You have to start thinking like a casino owner who plays the long-term odds, not like a gambler hoping to get lucky on the next pull. And the most practical way to enforce this professional mindset, you give yourself a hard rule: 2 trades a day. That's it. Win or lose, you walk away. This protects your mental capital, which is by far your most important asset. So that rule of 2, that's really the capstone of our foundation. Okay, section 2, the big picture. Now that our mindset is protected, we can finally shift our focus from our own internal world to the market itself. Before you even dream of putting on a trade, you have to ask yourself one simple question. What kind of day is it? Is it a balanced day? Choppy, sideways, a real account killer. Or is it an imbalanced day with a clear trend and direction? Your only job is to stay out of the first and hunt for opportunities in the second. Now here is a huge pro-level insight. Let's say you expect a key price level to break, but it just holds firm. That's not a failed analysis. No, that is the analysis. The market just told you its true intention. What didn't happen is often the most important clue you'll get all day. This timeline illustrates a concept called localization, which is just a fancy way of saying you need to know where you are in the market's weekly story. Markets tend to trend for about 3 to 5 days before they reverse or just chop around. So buying on day 5 of a big rally, that's a pretty low probability bet. This simple context can save you from buying the top or selling the bottom. So section 3, the apex. We've finally reached the top of the pyramid. And I want you to notice, it's the smallest part. And that's on purpose. Because the entry trigger, believe it or not, is actually the least important piece of this whole puzzle. Seriously, forget all those fancy, complicated indicators. Pros thrive on simplicity. Your goal isn't some mythical perfect entry, it's a good enough entry that you can execute mechanically every single time without hesitation. So let's look at 2 simple, brutally effective strategies for this. Okay, this first one is pure mechanics. You just mark the high and the low of the first 10 minutes of the New York session, and you trade the breakout. That's it. There's no interpretation, there's no guessing.
It's just execution. This is how you build the discipline of taking a trade systematically. All right, the second strategy uses that market context we just talked about. On a day that's clearly trending, you never chase the price. You have to wait patiently for it to pull back to a key area, and then you join the big money as the trend starts up again. It's that simple. Buy the dip in an uptrend, sell the rip in a downtrend. So you might be asking yourself, how can you be wrong so often and still make money? Well, the answer is just simple math. If you're using a 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio, you only need to be right about 34% of the time just to break even. This is exactly how a pro with, say, a 50% win rate can be massively profitable. Their winners are just so much bigger than their losers, and this is the engine of your entire trading business. Section 4, the blueprint. Okay, let's put this all together now. This is the daily professional workflow that integrates every single layer of that pyramid we just built. That's it. That is the entire job description. I mean, notice what's not on this list. Predicting the future, being right every single time, or finding some holy grail that never loses. It's a business of probabilities and risk management, period. And here's that process in a simple workflow. Think of this as your pre-flight checklist. You start with your mind. Then you analyze the market context. Who's in control? You identify the day type. You wait patiently for your best setup. Then you execute without hesitation. And finally, you manage the trade like a pro. This is what turns trading from chaotic gambling into a repeatable, professional business. At the end of the day, it really all just boils down to this. Are you approaching the market like a casino owner, playing the long-term statistics? Or are you a gambler, just seeing luck and pulling the lever on the slot machine? This one question, it can redefine your entire career. And that's the final question I want to leave you with. Because the market, it's really just a giant mirror. It reflects your own discipline, your own patience, and your own emotional control right back at you. So if you want to master the market, you first have to master yourself. Build that foundation, and the profits will follow.